Hello guys, sorry that I'm making this video late for you. Our brothers sent a setup into the group and he asked that I break it down for him so that he sees if he's actually on the right area. So I did a little bit of digging myself, and as you can see I've made some drawings on it. So quickly we are going to look at how come he got this setup and if there is any chance of he getting it right, or if we can all join. Okay, so the setup actually looks good. From what I can see, it looks very good, but it has one major issue which we will tackle. Okay, so if you look at his setup, he picked it from the 4 hour, which is very good. And then also it has all the major things. It has inducement, it has FEG in it, and then there is also trend shifts, which signifies that he's actually on the right path. Okay, and then also I want to point out something. Let's go to the weekly area. Okay, if you look at the weekly area, there's something here. As you can see, the point where he is trying to catch his setup from, there is something there which is very interesting. Okay, so if you look at something here, you can see we got a reaction here. Okay, and then we got a pullback. Let me delete this so that you see it well. We got first reaction over here, then we got a pullback. Okay, then we got a second reaction here, then we got a pullback. Okay, then we got another reaction here which actually broke it, and then we got a pullback into the range again. Okay, then we had another reaction here. Okay, so like as you can see, we've had so many reactions from that very range. Okay, which makes this point a psychological area. So let's connect the dots. If I'm to connect the dots, you can see from this area all the way to his POI. Okay, and that is it over there. So he's literally found a gem. I'm calling it a gem because we are more likely to get a huge bounce or a break, but that break will more of depend on the next thing which we are about to talk about. Okay, which is the lows. As you can see, we have a trend line over here which signifies that buyers are literally trying to push the price to the higher. Okay, but if you see, if you zoom out into the daily, there is something here which is quite captivating. Notice how we got the pullback, but price failed to fill this area. Okay, so my anticipation is that his setup looks good, but we may get a wick, okay, into the area I've just marked right now. Okay, and then we'll get a huge rally to the upside, or we will throttle with low volume into his POI in the 4 hour area here, in this origin here. Okay, and then we will skyrocket to take out this high, and then once we take out this high, we will reverse to grab the liquidity at the low and then continue pushing up, or if possible break this trend line. Okay, the 1 day trend line we just drew. Okay, so his setup looks very good. So we have actually about 4 confluences in all. we have trend line confluence, we have inducement, we have FEG, we have key area. Okay, so you can expect buyers to push price from there. You can expect trend line traders also push price from there, but let's be more cautious and look for the next thing, which is volume. Okay, so be taking notice of the volume. Make sure that you are able to identify that there is increased volume on the buyer side before you enter, else you will end up at the wrong zone, which is, even though you can see there is an engulfing candle over here, it still does not look that strong. Okay, because as you can see, once we printed it, for you to have a valid one, you're supposed to have something like a three-wise soldier candle prints. But what we have here is one bullish engulfing, then we have an indecision one following, which signifies that we got a break before we had more push. Okay, and then also there is that possibility that when we come to this area, we'll make something like this. So we'll drop lower, okay, then take out the low before pushing up, and then we create something like this, and then possibly to the high. Okay, so with these two scenarios at play, my anticipation is that you either wait for something like this to play out before you enter. Okay, and keep notice of the volume areas. Make sure that you see more of a push before you enter, else you'll be stopped out and it will go in your direction. Okay, and I'll put more videos inside my channel so that you can access them. And then initially I've been posting airdrops, but I think this is more urgent, so I'll be creating more contents like this so that you people have access to it and you won't make more mistakes. Okay, so currently the crypto market is in full swing bear market. We haven't broken the 78k low yet, which signifies that we have more possibility of going to the upside. Okay, so don't buy now. I won't recommend you buy now. Wait for the break of that 98 high before you enter. Okay, so on this setup, I think if you can see, we literally started let me go to the 4-hour again. We literally started doing something like this. We got breakage of structures and then mitigation. You see, we broke to the low, then we mitigated, we broke, mitigated, we broke, mitigated, until finally we're having something like wake off something. Okay, wake off is hard to explain. I can't do that here right now. So the setup looks good, but there's question mark at the lows over here. We still have work to do at the low here, so keep notice of these two things, and then I'll see you again in another video. Peace out.